Hello. Welcome to another episode of Into the Toy Box. Tonight we're going to do a little world building or some like preview of how to do world building. And to help me out with that, I've got two expert world builders here with me. We've got Fat Red Foo
Hi, everybody. I don't know that
and
I would call
Utah
myself an
Don.
expert. What's up,
I
Don?
would
Hey
call you an
guys,
expert compared to my level of competency, at least.
I see Bjorn was the first one here again.
Oh,
That's a
always.
surprise.
Hey, nothing wrong with that. We love Bjorn. He is a wealth of knowledge that is always great
That's
to
for sure.
tap into.
Yeah,
Speaking of people that are here, let's look at the chat. So, as mentioned, we've got Bjorn. Hey, buddy.
What's up, Bjorn?
Also, Ian is here with us. How you
What's
doing?
up, Ian?
And they do a little talking. And MCR is here with us. How you
What's up,
doing?
NCR?
Oh, loves the Bullet Man figure on the title card. Yeah, that's from Strike Force Alpha, their line. It's a O-ring figure of Bullet Man. Oops. Well, if my mouse pad will work with me. Oops.
Bjorn is
I
always
was
here.
glad to see you here.
Bjorn is always here. Bjorn is everywhere.
And Michael Hefner is here with us. How you doing?
What's up, Michael?
And then we will
Oh, hey
Joel
Joel.
Williamson,
Hey, Joel.
That's another
aka
fellow Utah on there.
yeah, another good world builder as well. His Starboy Station stuff is just amazing.
Yeah,
Does
he's
he
only
know that
like an
he's on
hour
his
from
other
me, and I
account?
still haven't been up to see it.
You're in Utah too,
Yeah.
Don? Well, duh. Wow. Let's just rewind that and
Really?
pretend I didn't say that.
yeah, we're like an hour apart.
That's cool.
It's
Yeah.
live TV. It's all stuff's good to see. And to answer MCR here, yes, my Cantina did come in this week. Unfortunately, I have not even had a chance to get it out of the shipper box yet. But soon I will be, because that's what kind of spurred this desire to get back into like building my 118 world. Is now that that's come in, it's going to be like a centerpiece and whatnot. So let's see. Oh yeah, Bjorn, reminding you that yes, his name.
It would be funny if your name was Utah Don and you were like Kansas
Yeah,
or something. I think that would be awesome.
that'd be hilarious. Hey, and Defiance here with us. How you doing?
What's up, Defiant?
Oops. Oops. Okay. Good. Uh oh, wow. This is come on now. This is interesting. Wow. 350 on eBay just for the Tonica sisters. That's crazy. I mean, you might as well just go ahead and buy the basic Cantina set for that. Yeah.
Are they actually selling for that though?
That's to be determined. I really haven't looked it up.
Yeah, I haven't looked either.
Oops. And
Yeah,
yes,
Bjorn,
I
that
heard.
that Greedo is outstanding. That is maybe figure of the year for me. That figure is
Mm.
outstanding. I do have a bias though.
Like I said, I haven't gotten them out yet, but one of the ones I really wanted from that set was that forearm alien guy. I forget his name because Star Wars names.
Yeah, it
Uh,
doesn't matter.
yeah.
It's great too. What a great
Oh yeah.
figure.
Yeah, I can't wait to get him out, and he's definitely going to be joining my my Rebel insurgency group.
And yeah, that Greedo, it's outstanding figure. Outstanding.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna need like 10 more of those.
Yeah, my
20,
old Greedo with the swivel
30,
hips.
33,
Yeah,
42.
oh, Nebran leads. Thank
Navrin leads. That's right. I couldn't remember either.
you. It's like Star Wars names.
Sort of don't
Yeah,
matter.
yeah. For a character that shows up for like a second or two.
Right.
Yeah, I just usually end up giving him some other name like that forearm dude.
That forearmed guy, right?
It's like how many
I
other?
mean, for the Glup Shittos, it kind of doesn't matter.
Yeah,
You just call him Glup Shitto. I think you should maybe try to remember Anakin's name, but
Eh.
four-armed Glup Shitto maybe doesn't matter.
I feel like you maybe get some of your naming conventions from Rad. A little dagger for Rad.
It's going to be selling off his Cantina figures, so keep an eye out for that if you're wanting some of them.
I'm gonna try
Yeah.
something crazy here.
I bought a second Cantina. I bought a deluxe and a basic. My deluxe arrived, but not my basic. And I plan on probably selling the Tonicas and keeping the rest because I'm gonna open Greedo again. Duh.
Yeah. Hey, Zama,
Sort
good
of
to see
works,
you
doesn't
here.
it?
Yeah, that looks fine.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not trying to show off Numa City today. We're talking about making stuff. So.
Oh shit! I aimed my camera the wrong way.
Oh well, you
It's
can do
all
yours.
good. My head covers up most of my stuff back here. Not that I've got a lot of world building going on, but so Anyway, speaking of world building, let's. Whoops. Oh, oops. Everybody's looking to part with their Tonica sisters. Defiant needs them, so hit
Yeah,
them up
Bjorn is
and
saying they've actually
send them a
sold for
deal.
280-ish on eBay. That's
Yeah,
crazy. That's for the pair though, right?
I
So
would
like 140
assume.
a piece. That sounds about right, I guess.
I think if I'd pay 140 for the Tonica sisters, like I'm glad I got them with the Cantina because they'll be like cool humans
Yeah.
to have in my scenes. But yeah, I don't know if I'd paid that much for them. I did. The only figure I've spent close to that much for was the GI Joe Collectors Club Pythona, and the only reason I like kind of broke down and finally pulled the trigger on that one was because Roma Collectibles had her at a good price at their Joe Fest booth, and this was the last year they were going to be at Joe Fest. So I was like,
Oh, yeah.
I better go ahead and get her now because otherwise on eBay she's like twice the price I paid
Yeah.
at Roma at least, if not more. So it's like, yeah, it's time to pull the trigger there. But anywho, let's see. Oh, each of the Tonka sisters going for about 150. Jeez.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
I mean, it doesn't surprise me, but still, that's just crazy.
The
I mean, because they're
Cantina
not
didn't get the numbers that other HasLabs have, so they will be more rare.
true. Hey, Justin Welch joined us tonight. See, am I going to be at FanX this year? I have not heard of FanX, but
Fanex is the Utah one, right? Justin?
sure.
Yeah, they used to call it Salt Lake Comic Con, but they got sued by Comic Con.
No.
I'll be interested to hear if Joel is going to FanX, because then I might be tempted.
Mm.
I wasn't planning on going.
Oh, yeah. He's saying yes. I'm assuming that's the
Yeah,
Utah
yes.
one.
It's the Salt Lake City Comic Con. FanX, they call it now.
Cool.
It's fine. It's Comic Con. It is what it is. All right. Justin's going to be there.
I would
Joel,
go,
where'd
but
you go?
but Utah is a little out of my like day trip range. So
Yes, Salt Lake's not a terrible airport to get into.
yeah, but
I've been
But yeah,
stuck there so
probably
many
not worth
times.
it.
Not a fan of Salt
Yeah.
Lake City.
most time I kind of prefer like driving places instead of flying if I can.
Yeah. It's
Just
easier to
make
bring stuff home.
exactly, and it's easier to move at like kind of your own pace instead of somebody
Yeah.
else's schedule.
No, it looks
That
like
way.
Joel's not going to FanX. That tracks.
Oh,
I don't like big crowds either. I think that might be a veteran thing. I just don't like
mm,
being around big groups.
I think it's a COVID thing.
That too.
No, actually, after COVID, I wanted to travel more and like go to
I just didn't
more
want to be around people anymore. I
stuff.
had the time off, and I was like, you know what?
Yeah,
People do fucking suck. Oop, I'm sorry. I
people
probably
do
shouldn't have said
fucking
that.
suck.
No, they do. You're not incorrect. And
Hey, this is dry. I'll be right back.
fucking.
I can still hear you
Oh
though.
yeah. All right. Yeah, and I think fucking
Hey,
is the
Dawson.
right word for that. Just because it's not a bad word. It's just a word adults use for emphasis,
I just
according to Lewis Black, at least.
I just feel like people forgot how to people after having the time off.
Hmm.
And like things that you would be like a normal thing that you would do, like maybe hold the door open for somebody if they're carrying something, just the nice things, they don't
Yeah,
happen anymore. I mean, I
yeah.
try
Those
to like if I see a
Oh
lady
yeah.
like trying to open a door,
basic
I guess that's
polite
chivalry.
society.
Yeah, talking to your neighbors and stuff like that, like getting to know who they are. That just doesn't seem like that's a thing that people do much anymore, and that's kind of sad.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I try to be extra polite when out in public just because you got to pay that stuff forward. Maybe
Yeah.
the more we do to be
Oof.
nice, the more it'll spread, hopefully at least. But I'm a big old liberal in a deep red state, so what do I know?
That was a
Um,
bad pour. Look at the head on that. What a jackass.
I'm not going to say anything.
yeah. Anyway, let's get into the show here because like was mentioned earlier, Die Hard 3.75 is going to be coming up later, so we don't want to step on his toes just because he's a good friend of the channel and just a decent guy all around and a good show to watch. So, hoping all of you after this show will go and watch his. So, let's get in here to, if I can remember the right buttons, the pictures. So, first, we're going to start out with some news and updates. And we actually have a lot of news, but that's possibly because I skipped a week last week because I was up in Chattanooga at Animeverse, which was kind of, but Chattanooga in general was cool. Did like 3 different like cave tours and stuff, so that was fun. Um, yeah, Joel, I'm in Alabama, so yeah, deep red. Um,
Yeah. Utah too. Deep red state.
I
yeah,
think Montana might be also. I'm not sure. I'm a transplant.
maybe I don't know. Mm. Mm.
Uh-oh. Bob's dying.
Don't die on the live
Mm.
stream. We'll talk
Sorry, a
shit
little.
about you later.
Yeah. Sorry, a little. Little. Drink went down the wrong tube there. Anyway, I wanted to start out, unfortunately, with some bad news.
Uh-oh.
It seems several countries are now. Yes, you're welcome. I try to mute before coughing into the microphone.
Yeah, I don't even know how to do that. I was just looking at my screen trying to figure out how to mute in case I needed to cough.
So like right
So
on
there's a
there's a button on the bottom of the where you see the main window. Like if you look straight
Yeah.
down from there, there's like a microphone
mm,
button, a camera button, and
Yeah.
then like a whatever. So if you hit that just on the microphone, it'll mute it.
I did it.
yeah.
And then if the camera button is new, this is new for me, but like if you hit the camera button, you can turn it off. But if you hit that
Mhm.
up arrow, oops, I just hit the wrong button. Let me go. If you hit that up arrow, you can switch right away to your backward facing camera. So
Oh, okay. I'm learning some shit.
that's a new feature, like in the last, I would say 6 months, I think, something like that. But that's way more handy than like trying to go into look at menus on a very small TV or
Yeah.
in my case on a phone.
Yeah.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
not
I'm on a
really I'm
laptop
not
that
really
has
a live
the
streamer like you guys are, so I'm learning some shit tonight.
I am learning too, sir, each and
I'm a
every day.
yeah
perpetual guest.
yeah. We're all learning. This whole episode is about learning. So anyways, some bad news. A lot of foreign countries have suspended their shipping to the U.S. Japan being one of them, which sucks for me because there's some Japanese toys I like to get, and my main source, Hobby Link Japan here, It doesn't have a shipping option yet, but they did say stuff in your private warehouse, which is kind of like your pile of loot with BBTS, will be held until
Until they
shipping
figure it out.
resumes. Yeah.
I blame
So
the deep red states for that.
yeah, I wasn't going to get into the whys of all this situation because that's really more that's kind of out of the scope of this show. We'll just say it like that. Hopefully they'll get it worked out soon because there's some new stuff that we're going to cover here in just a minute that I kind of want sooner than later. But we'll see. Good news. All the rest of this is good news. So that was the only bad news. Good news. The 30 Kickstarter campaign is going along quite well. They're almost completely funded and still got a lot of time to go. So,
Oh, I don't know this one. I haven't been paying enough attention. It's
so
O-ring figures.
it is an O-ring figure. It's like,
That,
well, right
It's
now
one
it's
figure.
one figure
oh,
for the main
she looks rad.
campaign.
That's a great looking figure.
Oh yeah, she'd fit into like a ton of different like stuff.
Yeah.
I'm
Um,
definitely back in this one. I think I was like backer number 19 or something like that.
oh, excellent, thank you. And yes, the shipping holds do suck. Yeah, that we can get into. Um, yeah, she's a great figure, looks cool, but
Yeah.
some new stretch goals have been announced
She looks
on
like
the
she should be
campaign.
hanging out with the G.I. Joe bazooka figure.
Yeah,
Those
Yeah.
matching shirts.
a second
Rival
figure
teams.
a second figure has been announced as one of the stretch goals, Gothica here. So this is just like a rendering, but
Interesting.
she'll have like the
Yeah.
wings and like a vampire kind of character. And as the last stretch goal is a 6-inch version of 30.
Oh,
So here's
hashtag
like,
six. Hashtag fuck
yeah.
6-inch.
Hey, come on now. No need to say fuck 6-inch. You know, if people like the 6-inch fad, that's fine.
The
That's
fad.
their business. What brings them joy brings them joy. But
Oh,
until
I didn't say fuck 6-inch collectors. I like collectors. I just
okay,
think they should be collecting 3 3/4.
yeah, yeah, I would agree with that. It has only been around for like what 50, 60 years. So but like I said, if people want the 6-inch, that's cool. I got nothing against it. If that brings you happiness and joy into your life, great. I am happy for you.
Bjorn says bigger isn't always better.
Oh, fine. Here collects both now, apparently. So that's cool. And that's what she said. Um,
Uh,
yeah, that's a good point too from Joel. That yeah, 6-inch vehicles are yeah quite a. Is that the 4-pack of 6-inch figures or the
Nice, Joel.
regulars? Yeah. Anyway, another Rise of Nexus that we've mentioned here a few times. Their Kickstarter preview page is up now. This is another O-ring line, and it's also got a game attached to it. And if you want to join as oh, answer my question, yes, the 6-inch 4-pack. Okay, cool. Yeah, MCR people are never going to get tired of the. That's what she said, Jen. Just- it's like fart jokes. They're always going to be funny, no matter how old we get.
100%.
Yeah. Yeah, 122 or also like 124 and 125 are some good scales as well. Let me put you guys on top.
22 is the newbie scale.
Hey, Now there is a 124 model kit line that I collect that, if you're talking about world building and space saving, like smaller is better. So
I
Yeah,
think doesn't
uh,
375 for life.
doesn't Joy Toy have like some of their mechs come with 124 scale
yeah,
figures in them?
yeah.
There's what is it like
I
a straight 3 inch? Is that what it is? Is 124 or pretty
Uh
close?
yeah, yeah, I think it's about like just 3 inches.
and some of
Um
those mechs with figures look great.
mhm.
I just won't buy them because they're the wrong size.
Yeah, although those figures
Sizest.
for being like 124 are
Sizest.
like, yeah, no problem with that. Like I said, collecting is about making you happy, or the collector happy. So
Or,
if
or,
different
or at least
scales,
giving us fewer things to bitch about.
yeah. um Anyway, Rise of Nexus has a VIP club, and VIP members are going to be able to get a special price on like an all-in and a per figure uh, thing on their Kickstarter.
And they have four
And
figures
if you,
starting right away. Is that right?
hmm,
They have four figures in their startup. Is that right?
I believe it's four, and then there's going to be like three or four like stretch goal figures, if I'm remembering correctly.
Okay.
Um, anyway, their Kickstarter is starting up like near the end of the month, so we'll be able to see for sure. Um, yeah. Yeah, 5
Except for
inches.
monsters.
Yeah.
Monsters
Uh,
and animals and stuff like that. If you're doing that with your world, 5 inches is okay because they're supposed to be a little bit bigger.
oh yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, my thing is like robots, monsters, and celestial beings are in like cheating
The
scale.
trifecta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do have one 6-inch scale figure on my diorama.
Oh, hey, I'm gonna
Groot.
make it big here.
Groot, the
Oh
big
yeah.
Groot.
Yeah.
He's
Groot man.
enormous compared to like a 3 3/4 figure.
Oh
But
Well,
wow.
he
that's the
should be.
one exception I'll make because he's a fucking
Yeah.
tree.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got Psycho Man in my collection just because in the Micronauts comics, he was always like a lot bigger than the other characters. So getting the 6 inch Marvel Legends version of him, especially on clearance, just felt right.
Nice.
Um, and of course, we got to mention the HasLab. It's got a day to go. Still a lot of backers needed, but most of these, like the Cantina, seem to like.
It'll
Uh,
be fine. I think we'll hit
yeah,
6,000 before breakfast, and that means 20%. We need 20% in the last day. And
yeah,
often these things hit 50% on the last day. So to
hmm,
get 2,000 backers tomorrow is totally doable, assuming the Hasbro Pulse website can handle the traffic. Because they
yeah,
have struggled with purchases this HasLab. That's been a known problem. So as long as they can keep up with the traffic, I think it'll be fine.
yeah. And like
The
I said,
stretch goals are questionable, though.
yeah. Well, even the Cantina, like before the oh, oops. Oh, come on. No. Hey, Nebula. Even before like the Cantina before, it was like the last day or
Yeah,
like
it's
right at the end
often the
before it
last day.
funded. Yeah.
The
And
the the Razor Crest and the Ghost were exceptions. Well, the Ghost still pulled the last stretch goal in the last day, right? Uh,
think so. I didn't
I
back
don't remember
those.
exactly,
So
but I think it'll be fine. 2,000, 20%. We need 20% on the last day, and I think that's totally doable.
yeah. Now
So where are you
granted,
going to put
I'm
yours
not
down?
Yeah, that's a good fucking question. I
You
like
have
I
all
was
those nice shelves.
reevaluating today because I finally put together my cantina today, and I realized it's enormous, and I don't have a good place for it. So I was like reevaluating how to fit the cantina. Um, I did back the gunship. I do want the gunship. I plan on customizing it. I'm going to turn it into a pirate ship.
That's
I
cool.
have some plans. It'll definitely get some heavy weathering and change out the weapon systems, like a whole big thing I have planned. But I don't know where the fuck I'm gonna put it.
You have to build another shelf.
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah. Like one of the only reasons I backed the Cantina was because it was modular and I could take it
Yeah.
apart and
Yeah.
like spread it out.
Yeah.
So it's probably going to be like 2 or 3 of these shelves here behind me, just Cantina / entertainment district.
Nice.
And Michael brings up a good point that, yeah, big multi-million-dollar or even billion-dollar companies really shouldn't be crowdfunding, but this is the
I
world
don't
we
mind
live
it.
in.
This is a way for Hasbro to ensure that they're going to make a profit on this project. Because otherwise, it's a gamble. And if they take too many of those gambles, especially multi-million-dollar gambles, that the TVC line maybe dies, right?
Fair point.
But if they're not gambling because we back the project, I don't really mind the idea. I think it's great. It gets us some interesting things that we wouldn't get. Target's not going to carry this. It's just not going to happen.
Oh, yeah.
That's not
Yeah,
the
it's
world
not
we
gonna
live in anymore.
right. Yeah, it's not the Toys R Us days anymore.
Yeah, it's not the Toys R Us days
Unfortunately.
anymore.
Yeah.
Those days are gone,
Like
and
I
that's
remember as a kid.
lamentable. But it is what it is.
Yeah. I remember as a
Sorry.
kid that, oh no, no, I agree that, yeah, things aren't like they used to be.
Yeah.
I mean, this is like one of those subjects that's like there's pros and cons and
Pros and cons.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But
I
like I
kind of
remember
tend to agree with Michael too. I remember there being research and development, and I have been a marketer, and I have been my degree is in design,
Mhm.
graphic design. Those are my little accolades, whatever. But there's something to be said about market research. Not every toy line is going to be a home run, and I feel like the personally, and this is my opinion, and I do see what you're saying, Don, about this is a way to get good things. This is not the world we live in, and I understand it. I totally understand that, but it bothers me that it feels like they're just not doing their part. They're coming up with a concept and just throwing spaghetti against the wall and see what sticks. And I don't think that's what ultimately is what in the short term. I think the community is going to reap the benefits, but I think in the long term, if that's the marketing strategy from here until the end of time, they're going to find that they're losing some of their base. It doesn't have to be like this
Potentially.
giant. Okay,
I guess I'm curious what you mean by their part. What is it that you think they're not doing?
I don't think they're doing their research and development. I don't think that they're looking at play testing. I don't think they're bringing kids in to test different models
Oh, but I
or
don't
and
think
stuff like
that's the
that.
market anymore. Kids
It's
aren't
just
buying
us.
toys. Yeah, it's just
How
us.
many of us would go and participate in a toy study
Oh
to
no,
see if
you're
we like a
right. I
toy?
would love to participate.
I
That'd be
mean,
amazing.
I just
But
that's what
I
I'm
don't
saying is
think
like I
that's
think
the
that
world we're living in either. I think they are doing their research because the gunship was high on fan polls for years.
okay.
Like, I
When and
think
you
it's
know
us
more about it
telling
than I
them
do. I
what we
just
want, and they're following through with that. Yeah, I mean, agreed. I would love to. I know
I
fans who
would
have
go in a minute. I'd be like,
participated in
I'm
some of
taking
those
2 weeks
studies, and
off.
I would love to
I'm
do
going to
that.
Hasbro.
I would love to do that.
Yeah,
I have thoughts. Ask me my thoughts.
for sure.
Yeah.
it's by games. Huh?
I
No, I
think he's
do
talking
a
about
lot of like,
Hasbro having all those board games and stuff like that.
Yeah.
yeah, no, I do a lot of like what I call analog gaming, like Euro games or
Oh, we're
stuff
not
like that.
talking
Not
about
not like
Cards Against Humanity.
I love
no,
Cards
no.
Against Humanity.
Yeah,
They
we
have a
like
they have a new
the
thing that we
gaming
found
group
at
I'm
Barnes
in.
and Noble. Oh, sorry, Bob. I didn't mean
Oh,
to.
no, go ahead. Go ahead.
It's called Tails or something like that because we have like all the decks. It's a
Yeah,
blast
so
to
do
play
we.
with. It's like a
Do we
blast to
have the
play
bigger,
with our
blacker box?
with the we care give. So it's fun to hear an old lady that's like in her 80s drop f bombs and stuff, and it is probably the most fun. But they have this new thing. It's called Tails, and you can get it at Barnes and Noble, and it's like a Mad Libs, and you use your cards, and you get little. They look like little Exacto blade boxes, and they have like little prompts in them, and you hand them out, and you put your own card on them, and if they're a different color, everybody does like you do with Cards Against Humanity, but then you read the whole story, and you go prompt by prompt with the cards that you lay down, and it's like Mad Libs, dude. It is so much fun. It's a lot of setup, but it's very rewarding. I'd recommend that. Not at all
Okay, I'll
related to
look into
this
it. It's called
HasLab.
Tails,
Sorry,
you said.
it's Tails. Yeah, it comes with
Hey,
it's a hardbound book, and it has those little prompts on the side. It's pretty cool.
yeah, really. I mean, Hasbro should maybe make stuff like this because I'll buy it.
Well, they have like shoots and ladders and stuff, don't they? And Monopoly, and isn't that all Hasbro?
I mean, yeah,
Uh,
exactly.
Or
probably.
Candyland?
Yeah.
But I
Hasbro
need
needs
some
to come
shit
out
that
with
I can
a.
put in the camp trailer next to the liquor and take camping with friends, like
Uh,
Cards Against Humanity, and where
I
Tails is
was
going to end up.
I was thinking they should make a Candyland 3.75 line, and then people could do like Alice in Wonderland in their world.
Be interesting. I could see that. Anyway, next news topic is any of you guys that
I
I don't
keep
know how
forgetting
many
you
of
have
you.
an agenda here.
Yeah, no, it's all good. It's the agenda is just kind of the plan. Where we actually go is like driving instead of flying.
Yeah, way off the
So,
rails. That's where we're going.
so yeah, sometimes you see something interesting along the road, and you're like, yeah, let's pull over and do that for just a bit.
Look, a squirrel.
Um, so
Squirrel.
the O-ring. Yes. Any of you that might have backed well, at first they were doing a Kickstarter, but then they got funding for the Eagle 1976 project. So now it's just a pre-order between Zyka and Giant Leap Toys. But these are the paint masters for the astronauts that come with that. So like there's like astronauts that come if you get the whole ship, but then there's also like a 4-pack of astronauts. And since I don't have space for the whole ship because it's huge, I did get the 4-pack of like O-ring astronauts to add to my little O-ring world. Uh, so anyway, just mentioning that the paint masters for that are out. They look pretty cool. That project is moving along. And Heavy Armor Toys announced their next figure that they're going to do, not via Kickstarter, but just from their site. It's this Marine, or not Marine, but like ship gunner. And I did talk to him. The helmet is removable on this one.
The
So there's
O-ring
going to be.
figures are popular right now.
Yeah. Somebody had asked me last week before last, if there were like any like modern articulation uh what's the word I'm looking for? Kickstarters or
Yeah.
crowdfunding projects going on. I was like, not that I'm aware of, but if any of you guys in the audience are aware of one, shoot me a message on Instagram and I will dig into that and bring it up on the news because
I wonder if O-ring's just easier to build.
I would imagine because they
Uh,
don't have the wrist articulation. That's not a separate
yeah.
part. They
well
don't
now
have like the double
these
knee.
heavy armor figures do have the wrist they have a
Oh,
wrist swivel, not
Hmm.
a hinge swivel, but just a swivel. But yeah, you're right. They don't have the ankle articulation. They don't
Yeah.
have
They do have the battle arm swivel grip, though, right?
yes.
That's a
Yes, they
G.I. Joe
do.
joke there. I just
Yeah.
did a G.I. Joe joke from like 1984. Bjorn asked the question, are we going to cover some Marauders news? I think Marauders recently allowed backers to pre-order some of those Vietnam figures.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Bjorn sent me a message about that. I didn't include that in this news segment just because it was only for backers right
Yeah,
now.
it's
It's
only
still
for
going to be a
backers right
while.
now.
Yeah, it's going to be a little while before the general public can get those. But once that is available, I will definitely be bringing that up because
Nice. Okay.
there's some of those that I'd like to get, even
Yeah,
though I
I'm
didn't
hoping
back
Bjorn
the
extra
Kickstarter.
ordered extra for me.
um, hopefully, any of you guys that were wanting stuff specifically like Eagle Force from Fresh Monkey Fiction got in on their grand reopening yesterday. When I checked this morning, there were some figures still available. So mostly the gold suits, which actually, according to Bill Murphy, who runs Fresh Monkey Fiction, those didn't sell as well as expected, but which kind of surprised me because that was like the classic look from back in like 82 or whatever. Uh, looks like Joel spent some money there. Yeah. Yeah, they had some really good figures available.
Very creative designs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
loving it.
Yeah. The Eagle Force line is probably one of my favorite modern lines right now, just because it's not just Army A versus Army B. They've got like all sorts of stuff going on in there. A lot
Randos.
of
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of randos, a lot of diversity, a lot of different themes.
I
And
ordered that monkey space captain guy from
mm,
BTS,
mhm, yeah.
BBTS. So I'm looking forward to that guy because I've been getting little primate miniatures and painting them lately, just for giggles,
Oh,
just to kind of
nice.
step away from, you know, every always doing the world building stuff.
Hmm. Oh yeah, like I said. Oh, and Coleman is a good point. Bubble helmets,
Bubble
those
helmets.
retro sci-fi bubble helmets. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Bubble helmets.
yeah,
I
yeah.
was
Looks
so
like the
bummed
judge.
when Boss Fight Studio put out those designs probably 10 years ago for their sci-fi figures, and then they made them in
Hmm.
6-inch.
Yeah. Hopefully those will come to 4 inch eventually, but we'll
I
see.
mean, maybe it's for the best because I would have broke the bank backing those in 4-inch. Yeah.
Oh,
And
good.
we also have the Figtober prompts. Those have been released now. Now these aren't requirements for each day. They're just there to give you ideas of stuff to build. So if you
I've
want to get
never
in on,
participated in this. I don't think I have the stamina.
Well, we're already starting.
well,
We've
not,
already started doing it. Those of
Yeah.
us that have participated, because
hmm
you have to. There's no way if you're going to put a quality, custom figure out, you're not going to be able to. And then now that we have the prompts, yeah, but it's not a lot of time. That you have literally less than 30 days to get
Yeah.
going on this.
31 figures. Oh, can I use figures I've already made? Because I could pull 31 figures I've already made and probably meet all these.
Well,
well, like I
Joel's in the
said,
chat. You could ask him.
these aren't requirements. Last year, I think the thing was figures you might have made earlier, but that haven't been shown yet.
Oh
So
yeah, mostly I've shown, but I have so many. There's some I probably haven't shown for 3 or 4, 5 years.
if they're that old, I'd say bring them back out, but that's just me. Oh, and Bjorn
Plus,
is going all Lego this year. That'll be
plus it's
cool.
my account. I could do whatever the fuck I want, right?
Sure, you can. Um, and like I said, these prompts aren't requirements. They're just to give you some ideas of like what you may do. And you don't even have to do all 31. You don't have to do 31 customs. If you do like one, hey, get in on it.
I think I did
But
like 3 or 4 last year, so I was just kind of new.
yeah. Yeah, I only
Hmm.
had like a couple last year, and depending on time, I'm not sure how many I'm gonna have this year, but
Yeah, I
hopefully
did.
I
I
have
didn't
a
participate at all last. I was in Africa last year.
oh well, yeah, that might be a good excuse not to participate. Well, I'll leave it up to the judges for that. But and our buddy Wilhelm broke that Fantastic Four, the movie figures, are getting the Epic World treatment finally. Would have been nice to have it when the movie released, but um, so there's this pack of the whole Fantastic Four with Herbie, and there's also this Fantasticar. Now, this Fantasticar looks really cool, in my opinion. and it looks to be a 3-seater.
Oh, it does
and
look good.
yeah, it's got some like real custom potential going on there. It's got that kind of like retro speeder
Yeah.
look, and
The paint could have been a little lighter.
eh, yeah, but I mean that's what customizing is for, right?
Correct.
What's the
It looks like
articulation like on these figures?
Crappy.
it's it it no, I wouldn't say crappy. It's not like Joy Toy articulation, but they've got like the, like Star Wars level like arms and legs.
Yeah,
Well, not
I don't think
not
they're
on the
that good.
ankles, but well, okay, not the ankles, but like the knees bend and swivel, uh ball joint-ish hips, ball
Okay,
joint-ish shoulders and
so they can do the
elbows.
Van Damme.
Yeah, yeah, they should be able to do the Van Damme. Granted, the articulation isn't quite up to Star Wars level or current Star Wars level, but the price is also lower than current Star Wars level. So,
For sure.
Well,
you
that's
know,
easy
you
to
you,
tell.
you have to decide for yourself if that's a deal breaker for you or not. But it does look like the wheels on this one fold up, so it can be a speeder.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's pretty cool. I'm
yeah,
not really
and it.
into these. I'm not going to buy these, but if they go on clearance, I want that Herbie droid. That'd be cool.
Mhm.
I could fit that in. I don't even care about the rest of it, but the droid is cool.
Now, the one thing that I'm really excited about is this 14-inch Galactus. Uh, so it's like what they called the Titan
Huh.
level, which those used to be 5 POA, but this one is more articulated. He's actually got elbows and knees, decent shoulders. I don't know about the hips, and that skirting is probably going to be an
Limiting.
issue anyway with the
Yeah.
hips.
Well, you don't
But
really need him to do anything but stand there. He doesn't need ninja moves.
14
well,
inches.
that's what Entertainment Earth is saying is 14 inches.
That's 14 inches
For
right there.
$20?
Yeah,
What is
20
that?
bucks. Yeah, 20 bucks, 19.99 for a 14
Huh.
inch, fairly well articulated Galactus. Now he's
Well,
not.
shit, you might have sold me on this one.
Yeah, I mean the price alone, it's just like, well, dang it, it's like, yeah, it's not the HasLab Galactus articulation, but
but
it's also like a
but I don't need a
10.
40-inch figure.
Yeah. Uh,
Huh, that's interesting.
Yeah, I think he's on Amazon as well, but I got since I don't use Amazon anymore, I got the one off Entertainment Earth. It's the same price, $20. I just don't get it as soon. Uh, you can get him, and he does fall into that like celestial being cheating scale
Yeah.
sort of thing, because Galactus is supposed to be huge. He's the devourer of worlds. He's not like 4 inches tall. Uh,
How tall is that Groot that I have in here?
oh, what's this?
You keep Groot in the closet.
No, I keep the tape measure in the closet. Oh, he's only 9 inches tall. Yeah,
Uh-oh.
14's that's way bigger.
Hmm. Now I've
Now I
seen
gotta say, Galactus isn't even gonna fit on this shelf.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on to other space stuff. It looks like Blockies is going to a galaxy far, far away and starting up a Star Wars line.
Hmm.
And it looks like they're going to have, well, these say hero scale, which I believe is the same as like galaxy scale, so like 4-inch figures. And then they're going to have this champion scale, which are a little bigger. They range from like 5 to 7 inches. And then these were at a show, I believe, in Thailand. I think. I'm sorry, I forget where
Interesting.
Those
where
actually look
the.
pretty good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And they should have the. Well, we'll get to that in just a second here.
I'd
Anyway,
like to
these
buy
are
a
the
10-pack,
champion
please,
scale.
of those troopers.
Yeah, now these are the champion scale
Oh,
stormtroopers. the smaller stormtrooper is there, the 4-inch scale. I'll probably get a couple of the stormtroopers and see how they compare to TBC. Um, they're going to be a little different, but oh yes, Bjorn brings up a good point here. Yeah, they don't have like the weird proportions of like the oversized heads like the Common Rider and Ultraman blockies do. And well, it's got an update on the Transformers. Excuse me, the new wave of Transformers blockies coming up are going to have some articulation updates, like a little more movement in the waist, swivel thighs,
Hmm.
improved knee joints, drop hips. And I would assume the Star Wars figures are probably going to have these same articulation updates. They haven't said for sure, but yep. But those are coming out. So if you like the blocky, like I love these like little blocky Transformers. Although I'm starting to think that the smaller Defender scale might be the one for me, just because they're a little cheaper, they're a little smaller. They make great little desk buddies to have for those work video conference calls that really should have just been an email.
Oh, that's what Legos are for.
Yeah. Well, now the blockies though have more articulation, so you get a little more like fiddle play out of them. Like this little guy, um, this little Ultraman guy. Yeah, his head's huge, but he's got like ball jointed elbows, shoulders,
Nice.
hips, and a swivel and a hinge in the knee and ball jointed ankles. Anyway, Acid Rain has a new. It looks like a collaboration project with One Up. They do those like miniature video game cabinets. So it's like a video game mech with a pilot, and it's interesting, but I'm probably going to pass on it myself.
I mean, it looks amazing, but it's what, $499.99?
I haven't seen a price on that, but I would imagine probably close to like 200. Yeah.
Okay.
Uh, just because it's a figure and a mech.
Yeah, Acid Rain. They look amazing, but their prices are
Yeah.
no joke.
No, they're not. Now I really like this pilot. Like if he came separately, I would probably get him because he's that
Sure.
basic
Yeah, he looks
Omega
great.
buck, just more colorful. Anyway, this set's listed as Acid Rain, but it's probably something that should have been more like more like Annex 2179. They're like cyberpunk
Yeah.
line that's a little more colorful. It seems more in that vein, but anyway, it's going to be coming up. So if you're interested in it, awesome. I'm probably going to pass. And hmm, so Joy Toy also announced a couple of new Space Marines, and I usually kind of pass on these. I have like a few, but um, oh, wait a minute, what's this? Oh, okay. Anyway, this one caught my attention because he's got the skull head, the big skull pauldron, all black, and this banding on his chest, if painted white, could like look like ribs. So I will probably pick this dude up for sure.
Yeah, he looks cool.
Yeah, and he's part of the Blood Angels faction. For those of you that know, like Warhammer factions and whatnot, it's also looks like he comes with a flight stand, and it doesn't say he's a chaplain, but he's got the kind of chaplain weaponry. Um, and he would look really good with these other two chaplains that I've got.
I
The
legit know
stand,
nothing about Warhammer.
Same.
well, for me, like guys with like skull heads and like skulls draped all over them. Yeah, that's a pickup. Even if I didn't know Warhammer, I used to play it. Excuse me, a while back, but um, this is the news piece that I am most excited about. And if any of you like kaiju movies like Godzilla, Mothra, Rodan, Gamera, all those like big monster movies, follow the Kaiju Kingdom on no, it's blanking on me, Instagram. Sorry about that. And because they've got some good news there that's worth checking out. So anyway, these Godzilla burst figures have just been recently announced. And unfortunately, the only place I've seen them for sale is on Hobby Link Japan, which is not shipping to the US yet. So, but anyway, so these are going to be 4-inch figures. And even though they're 4 inches, they're not technically 1/18th scale because, Godzilla's huge.
He should be way bigger.
Yeah. But 4 inches, that's cool. That's a nice, good desk or
Desk
shelf.
figure. Yeah.
Yeah, desk figure, shelf figure. And it looks like these are going to be fairly well articulated.
Are there
Like
other
I said,
characters?
I'm getting there. Hang on.
Oh shit, I'm jumping the gun.
Oh, yeah.
We
Yeah.
had an outline, and you're not sticking to it, Don.
I'm not at all.
The outline is just, oh, yeah. Joel's here. Yeah. Skulls and bones and skeletons and bones. Yeah. That's right up my alley. Anyway, back to the kaiju figures. So they got this modern Mecha Godzilla, which is like a big hit for me. Um, like I said, these figures look to be fairly well articulated when they can be. Like Hedora
I don't think
here,
I even know that character. Godziverse?
yeah, Goji Burst or Godzi Burst is like the name of the line, and then Hedora is like the
Oh,
name of the
Hedorah.
character.
I still don't know the
Yeah,
character, but at 4 inches, I could imagine this particular character just standing at the bar ordering a
yeah,
drink. Well, that shit could
exactly.
work.
Yeah. So, like in my world building world, it's mostly set in Star Wars, but I also bring in other stuff.
Me too. Yeah.
Um, so in my world, in the unexplored region, that like whole other half of the galaxy of the Star Wars galaxy that's just kind of blank, there is planet Toku or Tokusatsu. So like all the Godzilla, Ultraman, Kamen Rider, Super Sentai guys or figures or characters or whatever you want to call them are from that planet. So like this character is from that planet. There's
Yeah.
all sorts of like all those like live action special effects, Japanese shows and movies. They're from that planet.
This one's cool. I like this character.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's like tons of like awesome uh, characters from these movies. This is another really cool one. Earlier there was like one with him with like guns instead of blades and different colors and uh yeah. Joel's on it. Aliens and Robots for 118. Yeah.
100%. That's why we're friends.
hmm this one is probably not going to have a lot of articulation, but you know, it is what it is. Then there's Mothra, but Mothra also comes with like a weapons pack for
Huh.
Mechagodzilla, and then you got these like little insect creatures that come in a
Oh, the
pack.
insect creatures are pretty interesting to me.
Yeah. And what's crazy, or not crazy, I shouldn't say crazy, but or what's great is like on Hobby Link Japan, the set they've got listed so far, which is like the Godzilla 1991, is like 750.
Oh,
$7.50.
I was gonna.
I know. I was like, what the
What?
fuck?
$750. What?
Oh no, $7.50.
No, that's cool. That's reasonable.
Yeah. Oops. Oh, come on, mouse. So to answer Zamon's question, these are 4-inch figures. Like I said, they're not technically 118 scale, but
They're probably a
they're at
little
that
tall.
height.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're at that height that
But they're
uh,
monsters. Maybe they fit a little taller.
oh
The
yeah,
insects I
yeah,
really want.
yeah, yeah, like this moth or larvae version, and
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
it's
that
$7
definitely
and
looks
fifty
like it could
cents.
fit on a barbecue grill in a Star Wars
Mm-hmm.
universe.
Oh yeah, or on a spit, like across a
Yeah,
fire,
on the
Yeah,
spit. Yeah.
yeah. And thank you to the Kaiju Kingdom, they've announced a second wave already, which is going to have some more characters listed here. And one of my
Oh, little
favorites is Jet
Godzilla.
Jaguar.
Is that
Yeah,
like Baby
yeah,
Godzilla?
yeah, Manila or
Well,
whatever his name
I
was.
would maybe buy that.
Hmm. Yeah.
Nice.
So this line looks like it's going to be really, really great for like fans of Godzilla. And they're
Yeah,
also going
this
to have
feels like it was a fun news day.
yeah. They're also got some color variants. Got to reuse those molds.
Oh, I
That's
want the
that's just
orange
how
one.
it is. Oh yeah, that's that same one that you were like, oh
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, just in a different color. And Burning Godzilla. And this is what I'm guessing the packaging is going to look like, even though they're still listed as quote unquote
interesting.
candy toys. And I'm hoping that these will fit in with these like Ultraman aliens that I've been picking up for a while. That they'll have the same kind of articulation level and size and whatnot. So fingers crossed that these will like cross over because it'd be awesome to have like an Ultraman Jet Jaguar team up and Godzilla fighting some of these other kaiju just for funsies and whatnot.
Yeah.
Let's see. Anyway,
Oh,
now we're going to get into the stuff that you guys have sent me. We're just going to kind of zip through here. This is Fat Red Pooh stuff. So I'm just going to kind of scroll through these and let me know
so
when.
that's just so that people can understand what you're looking at. I chew gum, and I've said this before, but I use these plastic containers for glass in New City, and that's what you're looking at. There is the Zilla build, and that is wood. It is the one of the edges of one of those. They used to have like these like cell phone jails for families. It was like a thing that they were doing for a while, and I got a couple thrifted, and I took them apart, and so that was these as windows inside or on top of the jail cell thing, and then that's encased in wood, and there's EVA foam around that. That's just kind of like the halfway point of when I was doing it. That's the Zilla build. That's on its way to Zillow now. We got that worked out, so that's complete and it's on its way.
Nice.
Um, and that's mostly Dollar Tree stuff. The lights in it are actually all one light system, and I use straws to differentiate. People who have followed my Instagram probably already know all that, but if you run fairy lights through like a pink straw, it's going to be a pink color. If as long as it's a
Mhm.
white light, if you run through a green, blue, whatever, it's going to take on that color. So I was able to use a longer string of fairy lights that run off of two AA batteries, and then I wrapped it around. I used half inch, half inch, yeah, half inch square dowels as the frame, and then I used 3 mil plywood for most of the paneling, and a lot of that was also from the Dollar Tree. They had like these square uh, things that you can make your own hanging sign thing in their craft area. I have
Mhm.
since purchased a big them in bulk from Amazon, but it's 3 mil plywood. Then I can run the wires through the walls because there's that gap between that half-inch gap that I can run the wires through and run it all the way through that. Kind of like you would for a house, right? Like you have your drywall
Mhm.
and there's wires and piping and shit and all that running around behind the wall.
Right. Yeah. Between the like studs and the outer wall. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Lighting is something I'm going to have to get into eventually. I got to get down to the basics first. But
I'll talk to Joel, and you can always ask me if you have any questions. Joel's more the expert than I am.
Cool.
Him and I have gone back and forth with ideas for a while now, but
Yeah.
definitely he is by far the more experienced veteran with the lighting than I am.
Oh yeah, yeah. His lighting displays are amazing.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing this is just taping off some areas for
Yeah, Joel
painting.
actually taped off his landing pad, and then I thought, well, I could try this. I've never done it before, and it turned out all right. So that's just a couple of pieces of, or a couple of frames I sent you that is being taped up.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
looks
yeah, but
rad.
it turned out good. Got some nice crisp lines there.
Some of those
On
lines are
baby.
gone in the final. This is all 3 mil plywood, the arcade machine.
Oh, yeah. Let me get back to that one. There we go.
That's 3 mil
Yeah.
plywood, and then again, the glass is that same plastic. I just cut it out. I use shears to cut that plastic. I heat it up, and I used like metal shears to cut it because it will crack unless it's cut with
Mm,
something sharp. Um,
okay.
and, and then the buttons are just little like crafty button things, and then the joysticks are actually just I don't know. There you go. They're
Oh,
just
there you go.
this.
Let me make it big. Yeah.
Oh. So
Oh,
I
they're those
use
push pins. Yeah.
Yeah, so what I did was to keep them so they could still kind of move around a little bit. I bent they're sandwiched between two pieces of that 3 mil.
Hmm.
So if you've ever taken apart like one of those buttons or pins that you get, or like if you had a book it pin when you were a kid, or some people maybe did remember book it, or like if you just had like a vote for whoever pin, like they used to have in the 80s,
Oh
the
yeah.
the pin was a safety pin, but the back side of that was underneath that metal part was crisscrossed like this, and I did that with the end of the. I used a long pin and then just crisscrossed it and then sandwiched it between two pieces of the plywood and then glued them together. So the joysticks will move a little bit, so you
Hmm.
can manipulate them, and then it also gave me a nice angle to keep
Such
them
a good
upright.
idea.
So we got a question for you from MCR here. Have you tried the clear plastic from carded figures?
I have not. The I like this plastic because it's more sturdy, but I have used some of the windows that I have in Numa City are like the grates that I have on some of the windows in Numa City that have like that safety bars or whatever you call them. I actually use the window from that magic uh, sink, which is where that is from. That piece is from is that magic sink set from the Dollar Tree.
Hmm.
I've used the window for a window in Numa City. So I've used some of the thinner plastics, but I prefer them to be a little bit more uh, sturdy. And then I also like that they're kind of smoky because you have them in your pocket, so they're rubbing up against stuff. They're getting kind of damaged and whatever. And I like the
Right.
smokiness because it looks more like somebody forgot to use Windex today or something.
Yeah. Yeah. Just recently, while I was up in Chattanooga, I went to this classic arcade place that was also called a pinball museum, and they had like a lot of the old pinball machines. They also had like a good selection of like standing like cabinet games like this, and yeah, some of the screens were little foggy, but I mean, they're
Please
also
tell me
like
this place had
from
a
the
really good
'80s.
beer selection too.
It did not, but the
Ah,
the pizza place across the street
ah,
did. And the great thing about this pinball museum was you paid like $20, you get an armband, and you can play as much as you want all day. You can
That's
oh,
leave,
cool.
that's
come
cool.
back. Uh, like I said, there were restaurants across the street. So, like, I played for a while, went and got something to eat, came back, played for some more. It was great. Uh, Hopefully, the footage on that turned out okay. I haven't had a chance to check it yet, but there may be a video on my YouTube channel coming up later about this place. So, we
Nice.
will see. Anyway, back to this. Now, what are these little silver
So
boxes
these
for
are
the holes?
3 blocks. I believe Famine's the one that kind of got me thinking about them. They're
Yeah.
square blocks. They're
Mhm.
called 1, 2, 3 because this edge is 1 inch This edge is 2, and then this edge is 3, and
Oh,
they're
okay.
drilled in. You get a set. Um, I've got 3 sets. They're good for weights too because they're like heavy aluminum.
Heavy. Yeah.
Like you would like if you were to chuck this at somebody, you would hurt the crap out of them. You could probably kill somebody if you threw this at them hard enough. But they come in sets. I got mine from Amazon because I live like in Montana and there's nothing here. But
Right.
you can actually screw them together and you can make little jigs.
Oh, I didn't
Um,
realize you could screw them together.
well, if you have a set that is designed to do that, you can. I haven't done it. It comes with an Allen wrench. Here's the set. So it comes with
Okay.
2, and they're oiled, so they're pretty pungent when you get them. I got Joel to buy a pack. I don't know what he said about whether or not he likes them or not, but these are great. I wouldn't have been able to build the Zilla build without making sure the angles were straight because he had a specific place he wanted to put it. I think that's been updated since then, but in order to get the exact dimensions of where it was going to slide into, I had to
Mm-hmm.
make sure the angles were all 90, and these are a great way, more so than
Yeah.
like a T square, like your regular T square. It's first of all, especially with gluing, it keeps it more in the 90 because you can sandwich something in between them, right? And then it'll maintain their shape.
Cool deal. And then
That's the
this,
work in
okay,
progress.
yeah, work in progress on the
And
now.
then go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say, what is this? Because you sent me a few pictures of this in like different stages of progression, but I wasn't sure what it
That's
was. This,
that's this thing. This is, and it's probably going to get stuck because it is getting stuck now. Now that I've been playing with it more, this is this wall that I'm working on. But I
mm-hmm.
got magnets on the bottom here, and
Oh,
then
cool.
this is like a roll to where let me see if I can get it to roll. Give me 1 second.
No, no problem.
I gotta
This
make
this
sure I'm
door
rolling
blew
it the
my
right way.
mind. When I saw the video of this thing rolling up, it blew my mind. Because I've
I
done a
gotta go
roll
to
up door, but it's just a facade. It's pretend.
here we go. So I can push it up, and then I gotta make sure I'm rolling the right way here too. But it
Yeah,
will,
righty tighty.
well, and
Nice.
all that is, I'm only gonna go that far because it is gonna get stuck in whatever. But
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
that's kind of cool though too, because even if it gets stuck, I can have like a thing where it's like, you know, kind of dorked up, like if it's in like a
Mm-hmm.
city area. I do have plans to put some lights in too. Obviously, there's a hole that was already there. Um, and it does roll all the way up. It takes a minute to do it, and it's not as smooth as I'd like it to be. So this is just a first kind of a first try. And it
Right.
does
Oh,
help too if I were to have like the bolts actually glued. They're not, so they're just spinning on the dowel right now.
okay.
So yeah, there's a dowel inside there. And I this is twist ties. So that's like a roll of twist ties right here, and then I have it backed with some cross stitch fabric here.
No,
So, but and I have it like super reinforced along the inside of the diameter of the inside there.
yeah.
But yeah, I just pulled it back
It's
out.
gonna.
That's the dowel that's in there. It's a bamboo skewer,
Oh, okay.
just nubbed off. That's
Let's see
another thing.
something.
Those 1, 2, 3 blocks are really great for. I have these little clamps that I got from the Dollar Tree also, and so
Mhm.
they're really good for little finer details, and then they will slot into, and it just happens to be a happy accident, but they'll
Oh,
slide right in there, so
awesome.
I can use it as a stand and have it sitting like up on my workbench and
Right.
clamped.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's
Well,
kind
and
of cool.
especially if you got to like wait for like glue to dry or paint
Yeah.
to dry, having something like that is quite helpful. I've got some like alligator clips that I'll just shove into a block of foam to let like model pieces or any kind of pieces dry out. Now this is the start of your trees, which when people see the end, they look
So I have
amazing.
to I have to give credit to Euler's Workshop. He did a bunch of tutorials on how to make trees and some of his live builds that was doing when I first started
Mhm.
like tuning into this type of stuff. So that's wire, and then I coated some of the bigger trees with tinfoil,
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah, it
then
looks like
coated it with Mod Podge mixed with Mod Podge mixed with Kleenex. I think I used. I didn't use toilet paper. I used Kleenex, and then I painted it. Lots and lots of paint.
yeah,
And then
like it looks like
but
you
if
did
you
like a black, kind of a blackish base coat,
yeah,
and then some dry brushing over that or
so
something.
a lot of dry brushing, a lot of making my own washes. I was kind of learning. This is the first thing I really did. But I will say this: if you're going to make trees, and it's an unpopular opinion, but if you go out in nature, the only time a tree is actually brown
Mm-hmm.
is if it's wet.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's like greens, there's yellows, there's lots of grays, especially with oak and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So there you can see browns in there. Yes, I have brown in there, but the tree itself is not brown. Wood is brown, but if it's what it's one of those weird things. Like the only reason that looks as good as it does is because it's not brown. If I had made that all brown, it would just be blah.
Yeah. 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 I think the
But
only like brown trees are like Lego trees.
or Minecraft or something, right? Kids are doing
Yeah.
Minecraft these days.
Yeah.
And then it's just those were offcuts that I was practicing the flocking that I did on some of the branches for moss.
Okay.
So I actually had to trim the trees after I made them because they weren't fitting all together. And those trees are slotted with a dowel in between, so they will stick inside that base that I made.
Here's a
Different
little
That's
stages.
more
insane.
in
I've never tried to
progress.
make trees. That's insane.
This shot just looks great. Not only the trees themselves, but like the lighting that you've got going on here.
Thank you. Yeah, that was some of
This,
my earliest stuff. It's all on Instagram.
yeah, this looks like they're actually in the forest, about to get ambushed by some sort of like forest monster or something. Werewolf, yada yada yada.
And that's the
Hedorah
intention
from
too.
Godzilla.
I built that whole thing based off of a drawing that my lady's biological mother drew. And there are supposed to be werewolves, and there's actually supposed to be a lady hanging up by her wrists with her leg off, and there's like four wolves that are kind of convening, and then where the guy with the yellow tool is there,
Hmm.
um, there's actually supposed to be a dead body, but I haven't been able to make the werewolves yet because I'm not as skilled as I would like to be in some of the crafting and uh, sculpting and stuff. So I haven't made the wolves yet. So that's a project that's been on hold for like 2 years.
Something you might want to check out for werewolves is, I know Dime Novel Legends and their Weird West stuff has like a two
Yeah,
pack that's got a
they
werewolf.
just did a werewolf.
Yeah, and there's a really cool werewolf from the old Altered Beast video game that you can find at like
I
Walmart.
have several of those just to test them, and she's got a specific type of wolf. It's mostly a man, but it's got like patch here and wolf head.
Oh,
It's
okay.
so she wants a very. This is actually going to be for her biological mom, my lady's mom. Um,
Okay.
so she just hasn't taken possession of it yet
So
for other
more
reasons.
like,
But anyway,
so are you, when you say like a wolf hair on the body and like a wolf head, you mean more like kind of the Lon Chaney retro werewolf, or
well,
like
it's going to be like you can
modern
still see
werewolf
like
head?
it's a elongated snout,
Okay.
wolf full head, and then like just the patch of the chest, and then the claws, and then the backwards knees, and extra joint
Mm. Oh, okay, cool. So it's more
with
like the
wolf feet.
modern werewolf.
Yeah, I guess
Okay.
I'm not familiar with all the references you gave. Sorry.
Oh, so yeah, okay. Anyway, we'll get into that. Anyway, Lon Chaney did like a werewolf movie, and back then it was just a really hairy faced guy with like
Yeah,
hairy claws and stuff. You know, it was like those like let's say 1930s, 1940s special effects. So, but this is cool. And here we're getting to you, Don.
and
Oh
Here's
shit!
Slide
I don't mean to
Tuesday.
be rude at all, but I just got summoned, so I do need to go.
Okay, no
I do
problem.
apologize. I will catch the replay. I didn't know I was required at this time, so I am very, very
Oh,
sorry.
no problem. It
All
is
right.
all
Thank you
good.
so much,
Family
everybody.
first.
Appreciate you,
Hey, yeah,
Bob.
thank you for
Don,
being
good
here.
hanging out.
Yeah. Talk to you later.
Yep. Have a good night.
You too.
So we're just going to assume that was a spouse summoning and not a court summoning, right?
Oh yeah. Courts aren't open on Sunday, so at least none that I know of. Anyway, so here's the stuff you sent me, and you've got some cool little
so I,
pics here.
so these are older. These are probably 4 or 5 years old.
Hmm.
Process kinds of photos. I thought we were going to be talking a lot about how to use foam in projects,
Yeah,
and so
that
that's what
that was
this
the
is.
point. That was on the
Yeah.
guideline, which the
So
guideline is just a suggestion. So
yeah, okay. So assuming these go in order, this
yeah,
first shot is sort of a layout shot. Here's some cuts I did using foam, and then
okay.
I used hot glue to put them in place.
Hmm.
You basically assemble the model before painting, and then I used I forget the name of the thing. The It's the same stuff you use to repair a hole in I've been drinking it to repair a
It's all
hole
right.
in your
Never
wall.
mind.
Uh,
Oh yeah,
um,
that like spackle kind of,
yeah,
not
that kind of
spackle,
shit.
but that drywall stuff
Yeah,
that you put
drywall
in the
repair stuff.
seams.
Go back one photo, and you
Okay.
can see like that's what I've done to fit
Okay.
everything together and close the gaps. It's all that drywall stuff.
All right.
And then
Yeah.
once that's dry, maybe I did a little sanding. I can't remember. And then the
Hmm.
whole thing gets covered in Mod Podge, which is the next photo.
Yeah.
So that's a Mod Podge mixed with black paint, which is a thing I learned from Black Magic Craft. If you guys in the audience aren't following Black Magic Craft on YouTube, it's the wrong scale. He does a lot of tabletop gaming stuff, but
Hmm.
his skills videos where he teaches you how to make these things, his videos are on point. It's really good stuff. So he did a video. Maybe we can put it in the
Was that one
description of
you
this
sent me
video. I sent you a
earlier?
link. Yeah, that's
The
the link I sent you
Mandalorian?
earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Mandalorian. He
Right
did a
here.
little Mandalorian
Yeah.
diorama where I learned some of these skills, and it's really good. He he's not only a talented builder, he's a good video maker. Uh, so
There you
anyway,
go.
Mod Podge mixed with paint,
Hmm.
and then
Which
once that's dry, jump to the next video, and you do your base paint, and maybe
mhm.
a little bit of detailed paint on this. I think the door got some paint, and then you jump to the next photo, and it's the weathering and homies drinking on the stoop.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Well, once you get the project done, that's when the drinking time starts, right?
Right. Yeah. And of
Joint
course, there's
compound.
a
That's the
roadie
name of
joint
that
compound.
stuff.
That's the word I was looking for. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
So now to
drinking,
get
not
your
smoking, so
yeah,
didn't
now to
think of
get your
joints.
precision cuts here,
That's
what
the
did you
hot wire
use?
cutter.
Hot
Yeah.
wire cutter. Okay.
Yeah, I bought a
Yes.
hot wire cutter during COVID, probably like 5 years ago, and some jigs to help me cut.
Hmm.
Mostly, I haven't used the jigs, but the hot wire cutter, it's the bee's knees. It's everything you need for foam cutting. It
Excellent. I'm gonna
struggles
have to
with
look into the.
bigger projects. If you need to do like a big back wall to a shelf, you're probably not going to be able to use the hot wire cutter because it
Oh
has
no.
limits on the size.
Oh, don't tell me that. That
Yeah.
because we were talking about it before the show, but anyway, the audience will see soon enough my attempts at just freehand cutting with a box cutter. They are kind of
Yeah, so
janky.
the important thing is like a T square and a really
Hmm.
sharp blade, and you got to go
Yep.
slow. If you're not using hot wire, you got to go slow. So you're going to have to come over that same cut again and
Yeah.
again and
Oh yeah.
again.
Because it's
Just
like kind of
cutting out,
layering down
yeah,
bit by
layering
bit
down.
is so
Which
now
is
with the
why I
hot
bought a
wire.
hot wire cutter. I don't have the patience for that.
Yeah. Yeah. I know, I understand doing it myself. I was like, oh my God, how much more do I have to cut this just to get to the bottom? And it's not
Yeah.
even like the super thick foam. It's like,
No.
yeah, it's like the inch thick
Yeah.
foam.
An inch thick, it'll take
So
you forever, especially a
yeah,
long cut.
yeah. Some of these
Yeah.
when I start doing some more of these shelves, like these
Yeah.
like vert or horizontal shelves are like 24 inches wide. And
Yeah.
it's
I
like, oh
struggled
my
with the same
God.
thing back here.
Yeah, it's like, oh Jesus. But so now is the hot wire cutter kind of like a table saw or a jigsaw, like
Yeah,
one where
it's
it's
a
like a
lot like a table
giant, you gotta
saw.
like,
I Mine's out in the garage. I should have brought it in so I could show. We could have even done like an example cut. It's probably too late to run out there and grab it.
oh yeah, no, I
Uh,
mean, oh,
uh,
looks like
Maybe
there's,
next time. But
yeah.
it works a lot like that. And then you just run the piece across the blade like a table saw would work.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll definitely have to look into that because, like I said, I learned very early when I was like cutting to prep for this show. My cutting skills are lacking, and maybe we should have started with just foam cutting instead of foam painting. But here we are
Yeah,
now, and we're
I
moving
feel the
on.
same way. My
Yeah.
cutting skills are lacking, which is why the joint compound is such a key tip,
Yeah.
right?
I'll have to look
Because you're
into that.
never going to get it as exacting as you would like. So
Hmm.
just cover those mistakes.
Yeah, I'll have to check into that. Um, Now I love this shelf where you've like cut out like doorways in the
Yeah,
support.
so that's also what's behind me. This
Hmm.
photo you're showing is an early photo of the outpost. So the back wall, so that's an IKEA shelf. It's an IKEA Calyx, and
Oh yeah, yeah. I
uh,
think you got a picture of it
yeah,
here,
there.
here in this base
So
form.
the
Yeah.
IKEA shelf has those little cubbies, right?
Hmm.
And then when I disassembled it and when I reassembled it, I left some walls out, some dividers, but I also cut some arches into the other dividers. So yeah, there's the left some out.
Yeah.
What's next?
So
Yeah, so
so you
now you
cut
can
in
see the
some holes.
arches, right?
Yeah.
And then I in that particular photo right there, the back wall doesn't exist. That's the wall of the room. So I added
Oh, okay.
foam to be a back wall to this shelf, and then I painted it all to match. And then if you go back to where we were when we first started showing the outpost,
Oops. Hang on a second.
these are a little out of order, but it's fine. Yeah,
Yep.
right in there. So
Mhm.
I in this photo, right?
Oh, previous one.
It's
Yeah.
fine.
Sorry.
Right there. Let's stop there for a second.
All right.
The tan back wall, so to the left of the screen is a sort of tan back wall with pink overlays. That
Mm-hmm.
tan back wall is all foam, and and
Oh,
it's already
okay.
been painted because I did that first, and then I came back and
Mm-hmm.
added the other stuff, right? These pretend structural elements. So so I had to cut the foam to fit the space, and then all of that got joint compound and then painted. And then I changed my mind and came back and added these pretend structural elements that are the pink foam you're seeing here. And then those got the same
Oh,
treatment. They had to be sealed and then they had to be primered and then painted. In this case, I didn't actually use a primer because I was using some leftover house paint. It's
right.
just wall paint. And since that's I don't remember what it's called. Maybe it's a latex paint, but because it adds its own it just worked.
Fair enough.
So
Yeah.
I didn't use a primer. I just fucking painted it, and then I came all over the top of that with the weathering
Oh,
because
okay.
you can see
Cool.
that floor looks really clean. But
Yeah.
modern photos of the outpost, the floor is a mess. It's really dirty, and that's all on
Oh yeah.
purpose.
Yeah. We've got some coming up here. Right. Here's some more. There we go.
Yeah,
And then there's
that's
this one.
pretty close to what it looks like now behind me.
Hmm.
Um, So the top level is like Mama the Hut. The second level's casino stuff. The third level, starting at the top. The third level down is Jabba's level, and then the fourth level down is sort of a docking bay. That was before I decided to do the corner shelf docking bay. And then the bottom
Right.
shelf, you can see in this photo, it's all the art of Star Wars books and a few other art of books like
Cool.
Sid Mead. There's some like good inspirational stuff down there because I don't have a better place to put it.
Yeah, I will say it's like photos of like your shelves here where they have like where you've got the cutouts and the different segment sizes and whatnot is what inspired me to buy these shelvings behind
Nice.
me. And let me scoot over a little. So if you can tell, they're kind of like the shelves are offset from each
Yeah.
other. And what I'm wanting to do is make it so that there's a means besides just an imaginary elevator of getting up from like one floor to the other, like a ladder or stairs or something.
Like
So that,
Empire Toy Works did, like real
yeah,
stairs.
So it's like in theory, a figure could walk from the bottom floor all the way to the top. Um, so anyway, that's the project I'm working on, and several of those floors are going to be the entertainment district or stuff I make out of the cantina pieces and whatnot.
Yeah.
What we got here?
So a couple of comments. Zaymont mentioned Proxon. That's the
Yeah.
hot wire cutter that I have.
Oh, okay.
The jigs that I have came from an Etsy seller, and I can't think of the name of the Etsy seller right now, but I can find it and send it to you, and we can put it in the show notes.
Okay, cool.
And then Zaymont also mentioned grout. I've done that trick. In but in So I used a hand sponge. He says roll it on with a sponge, a paint roller. I
Mhm.
used a little piece of sponge, and I just dabbed it on to make that Tatooine building kind of look.
Oh, okay, that kind of stucco,
Yeah, that stucco look.
kind of
Yeah.
like Mexican restaurant.
Yeah.
That stuff
Yeah,
they put on the
that
exterior of
good
like Mexican
guacamole look.
restaurants. Yes. Hey man, some of the places that have that look going on have some great food.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll tell you
Yeah,
right
so
now.
sponge is a really good tip, just to point that out. Zaymont, thanks
Mhm.
for that.
Yeah.
Uh,
Mhm.
and Proxon, that's the cutter I have. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I will definitely have to look into that because, like I said, using just a box cutter, even like a brand new, like just bought it, fresh blade box cutter. Yeah, just my skill at cutting needs some work. I'll just yeah, leave it at that. As a matter of fact, here we're getting into like my stuff. So a few years back, I bought a bunch of those scene in box uh, building sets from Fresh Retro that I wanted
Oh,
to
I
use to
think I
like
remember those.
yeah, they're pretty cool. So they've got this very like industrial look, and then they've got some.
Yeah,
These are just like the screens, but they've got some other inserts that go into these like square sections, and they give a really cool like industrial kind of like warehouse factory kind of cyberpunkish look going on. So I wanted to use those to like build up my world, but they
sure.
don't fit with my shelves. And since they're pretty big squares, it's kind of hard to like adjust them right. So my thought was filling in the gaps with some styrofoam,
Yeah.
or not styrofoam, but like insulation foam and
Yeah, that
whatnot.
the insulation foam, green or pink or blue. There's
Yeah,
different ones.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like when I went to Lowe's, they didn't have the pink and blue. They just had
I,
this
I
green
have
one.
green and pink at home right now.
Okay. So yeah, the
Oh,
thought was
that
to
looks
like,
great.
yeah, insert these into the styrofoam and then put them up as like back walls in the shelves. So you still get that industrial look and then, obviously fill up the shelves with some other stuff and multi-layer and or multi-floor and whatnot. And to answer Zamon's question, I don't know. I have not seen those fresh retro sets available for sale recently, but I also haven't looked that hard for them. So, because I got up a bunch when they first came out, and they usually come with like a lot of pieces. Um, oh, thank you. Yeah, yeah. So the idea for my station or world or whatever you want to call it is that it was like an old um station that people would come to, resupply and
It's Deep Space Nine.
refuel. Yeah, it was like an old station that kind of got worn down, but then a group of investors came in and bought it out and were trying to like retrofit it to look more modern and turn it into like a tourist destination besides just a resupply port. And of course, the Empire's going to show up and, hopefully they don't alter the deal further, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, they definitely want to collect taxes and enforce
Mm,
regulations and prevent
exactly.
smuggling. Yeah,
Yeah. They're there to like law and order. Um,
fuck that.
yeah. But anyway, that was the plan. And the plan for tonight was originally to paint that piece up and get it, at least base coated. However, like I said, you can tell the cut there is like real uneven at the top.
It looks
And
pretty good though.
oh yeah, it's close. It's not that far off, but it just I want it snug. And even here with the pieces inserted into the foam, there's some gaps and whatnot that need filling in. And anyway, a smoother cut would have probably worked better. But this was a good proof of concept that this idea will work. I just got to get better at executing. Um, so along that lines, we're going to try to do a live painting here. And if you guys will give me just a second
I was
to.
painting a few minutes ago during the live stream. I was
Oh
just
yeah,
painting
yeah.
action
Oh
figure
yeah.
stuff.
Let me see. Let me get. Oh, whoops. Hey, there's somehow the sausage made. Let me turn off my camera here. I don't want to remove myself. Oh, okay. Oh, no, no. That's just okay. Maybe I do have to remove myself. But anyway, let me bring up this camera and make it
Yeah.
big.
Oh, there it
Here's my
is.
here's my painting area. The bed ray cam. Hopefully this still works. Let's see. Oh, yeah, it's still working. Awesome. Oh, whoops. Don't take the headphones off. So let me scoots over here. So I'm having to kind of shift stuff around to make this work. Put on my gloves so I don't get paint all over my hands. Not that I couldn't just wash it off, but
Yeah, I rarely use
what?
gloves. I just get paint on my hands.
Yeah.
I use them when I'm spray painting.
Yeah, I mostly just use gloves when I'm like using like chemicals like acetone and stuff because it's like, okay, that stuff you don't really want getting on your skin. But anyway, 2x2 hands of blue for you Firefly fans. So I've got my bowl here oops, I'm looking at the screen, but the camera's actually over here. And I got some Mod Podge and some paint. And this is where I'm going to ask you, Don. So what sort of mixture of paint and Mod Podge should I use? Is it like a 50-50
Oh,
or
have
just
you not mixed already?
no,
Yeah,
not yet. 'Cause
no,
I didn't
don't
want to
do
like getting
50-50.
No, it's probably less than 10%. So I generally use a black or a gray paint. I take a fresh bottle of Mod Podge, like it looks like that's what you're doing.
yep. Yep. This
And
is
then
one I just
I'll
picked up at Michael's
squeeze in
earlier this
some
week.
black or gray acrylic paint and stir, and then maybe squeeze in a little more and stir, and then maybe squeeze in a little more. It depends. But black
Okay.
paint goes a long way.
Yeah.
It'll be
Uh,
way less than
yeah.
10%.
Okay. So I got a gray because
Yeah.
so we're gonna pour in some
Yeah,
Mod
you won't
Podge
need a lot of
here.
paint.
All right. Oops. So there's a good bit of Mod Podge. Oh, let me get this where you guys can see what's going on in the bowl. Or
Oh, yeah.
yeah. All right.
You
So
got a
then we
whole
got our
plan here
yeah,
with the
yeah.
two cameras.
Show prep and everything. Woo. Look at us. Oh, big budget. Oops. There's a thingy. Yeah, this was probably one of the more ambitious kind of show experiments we've done on the channel. All right. So I just need a little, you're saying just a little bit of,
Start with a bit and then work your way up if it's not enough.
all right. So I got my stir stick here.
Well, we're all learning together tonight.
Yeah, well, that was kind of like one of the ideas. Yeah, I was wanting to go with was
I like it.
as I learn, the viewers learn. So I'm thinking we're going to need a little bit,
Yeah,
just a
do a little bit
smidge
more.
more. Yeah, and this is just some acrylic paint I picked up at like Michael's.
Yeah, the cheap stuff. Use the cheap stuff for this.
Yeah, um, yeah. Pirates had recommended. He was supposed to be on the show tonight, but something came up, and that's fine. He had an issue, emergency come up, but he had recommended Army Painters paint, but
Oh, I go with like the seriously cheap stuff, the Hobby Lobby dollar a bottle kind of cheap paint for this.
oh yeah, like those Apple Barrel and
Yeah, Apple Barrel, that's the brand I couldn't think of.
yeah. Well, I've used Apple Barrel before. I would not recommend that for like miniatures painting, but for like
No,
base
not at
coat
all.
painting,
But for this application, for just mixing with Mod Podge, it's the perfect stuff
yeah,
because it's cheap.
yeah. Okay, I think this is a good consistency here. Now, when you
I'm
do your painting, do you use like a foam brush or a bristle brush?
it Generally a bristle brush,
Oh, okay.
mostly.
Okay. Well, I've got a foam brush, so I make
Well,
do with that. Anyway,
yeah,
this is just
let's see
example
how it
stuff.
goes.
Yeah. All right. So there we've got our mix of paint, and I've got
I'm
two
not on
different.
camera right now, so I'm totally painting too.
Oh, no problem. Um, so I've got some insulation foam here, this green stuff, and then just some regular styrofoam here. I figured we'd
Yeah,
do like both types and see how they turn out. So I got my sponge brush, and we're just gonna dip it in here and paint some happy little streaks.
happy little streaks.
Well,
Yeah, so
they're not
one of
they're not exactly trees, but
yeah, one of the advantages of using paint in your Mod Podge is that the paint tells you, it shows you if you missed a spot. Because if you're just
mhm,
using Mod Podge by itself to do a base layer, which you can do, that's perfectly acceptable. But then you might miss a spot because the Mod Podge dries clear. And when you add paint, it dries the color of the paint, and you can see where maybe you missed a spot or need to recover a spot. You can see it
yeah,
before it dries. Yeah, the foam brush seems like it's working just fine.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Because what I'm going to want in the end, at least for my station, is a pretty smooth coat because it's supposed to be like metal paneling. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like I said, an old kind of like factory
sure.
or space station.
So you start with gray and then you weather it after that. Sure.
Yeah. Uh, anyway, I think we got a good. It's getting a little slick. Hold trying to hold it now that the paint's on there. Uh, anyway, but yeah.
Yeah, I tend to paint in batches, so I'll
Hmm.
try to do multiple walls or whatever at a time,
Oh
and
yeah.
then and then where you're holding it with your left hand, just leave that piece unpainted, and then come back later, which
And
is
just kind of touch it
which is
up.
why you use color in your Mod Podge. You come back
Yeah.
later and fill in the gaps that you didn't get painted.
Yeah. So I think this has got a fairly good base coat. Now, you were mentioning in one of your posts that Mod Podge dries with kind of a sheen to it or a
Yeah,
gloss.
Yeah,
bit.
there's different kinds of Mod Podge. There is a glossy one and a flat one, but the flat one never really dries all that flat. I
Yeah.
don't love
So I
it,
got
and that's
the
another reason I like using paint in it.
yeah. So I got the what they call the matte finish,
Yeah, the
but
matte version.
yeah,
It's
we'll
it,
see
it
how it once it dries. Obviously, we're not going to sit around and watch paint dry on the show. Uh, that would get real boring real quick. Uh, uh, but like I said, this is once these are dry, I'll post them up on Instagram, and you guys can see the results. So the insulation foam seems to have taken the paint pretty well so far. So we're
So
going to
the
talk.
other nice thing about Mod Podge is it adds a protective layer. Mod Podge dries harder than paint dries, and
Mhm.
foam is pretty soft material. So the
Okay.
Mod Podge get a couple layers on there. It'll also help to armor your project, right? So if you bump it or drop it, you shouldn't see the damage as much as a like a naked project, right?
Very
Because
cool.
plain pink foam will dent really easily, and the Mod Podge should help protect it.
Anyway, I did coat my table surface with some like wax paper or
Nice.
butcher's paper or whatever, because these tables get used for a few different, or this table gets used for a few different things. So having like paint all over it,
Yeah.
yeah. Um, like we were talking about earlier with like analog games or board games, it's like this table gets used for some of that as well. So people aren't as likely to put their board game on a table covered in paint as they are a nice clean table. Uh,
Yeah.
so this is just the regular styrofoam, and it seems to be going okay.
So this is styrofoam where you can see the little balls.
Yeah, yeah, and and
Okay.
and
So
when you cut it, the some of the little balls
yeah,
come
the little
falling
balls get
all
loose.
over your floor.
Yeah.
Just
Uh,
FYI.
so if you're going to use this stuff, and some people like using it because it's cheap as fuck, right?
Oh yeah,
Uh,
like I got like.
and sometimes you can find it in existing shapes that are interesting. Uh,
Mhm.
I have used it once or twice. I don't love it because mostly you tend to see the little ball shapes like through the project. It takes me out of
Yeah,
the project, right?
yeah. Well, like
But
even here, you can see the little
yeah,
indention all over the
so
place.
you can still cover that, right? So when I've used it successfully, you start with the Mod Podge layer, and then you move on to your joint compound layer, and you can do a thin, watered down grout or a thin, watered down joint compound. Apply it with a sponge and completely cover all the little balls, right? And then you could even come back on top of that with a second layer of Mod Podge, and those balls are gone. You can't see them anymore.
Okay, that's good to know. Now, I will say, at least the way this is turning out now, with just this layer of Mod Podge and like some of the little indentions being darker than the rest, it
Yeah,
does give it an interesting looking texture if you're
sure. And
going
if
for
and
that.
if you want that texture, it can be useful.
Yeah,
But if you're
yeah,
trying to hide that, there's ways to hide it too.
yeah,
Both things could be true.
yep. Now,
Depends on
what
what you're
I'm
trying
probably
to
going to
do.
go for in my world building projects is going to be this
Yeah,
insulation foam that's a nice smooth. Because, like I said,
yeah.
I'm going for like metal
Old
panels.
metal. Yeah,
Yeah, like old factory, like you said, Deep Space Nine. For
yeah,
those that watch that show or any other like hard sci-fi show where like the space stations aren't all like clean and shiny and whatnot. This is like an old it's like some sort of like sometimes like art exhibits will go into like old warehouses or
yeah.
sometimes they'll take old warehouses or factories and turn them into like shops and restaurants and stuff like that. That's kind of the look I'm going for here. So my headphones are starting to slip off. There we go. Um, Fortunately, it was off camera, so you couldn't see that. But anyway, so yeah, this
But you
phone
don't want
bill
them to
seems
fall into the paint.
well. That true because these are also the ones I use for my day job. For those, like I said, Zoom meetings that should have just been an email. But hey, it beats digging ditches.
Yep.
Anyway, so this is looking pretty good.
It is looking pretty good.
Let's go another round on the
I mean, you
insulation
got the
foam.
paint there.
Yeah.
So
Uh,
you used a mixing bowl, you put some Mod Podge in it, and you added
mhm.
some paint to the bowl, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
I
Yep. Yep.
generally take a Mod Podge can, like
Yeah. Like a
well,
bottle like this,
a
or
bottle. That's the word I was looking for.
yeah.
I'll take a bottle and just add paint directly to that, and then
Oh,
stir it with a
okay.
stir stick or a shaker, and then I'll keep that bottle on hand for until it's gone, right? And that's just the black bottle of Mod Podge, and I have a gray bottle of Mod
Oh,
Podge.
oh,
So
okay.
it's fine the way you did it, but you could just mix a whole. But I have a clear bottle of Mod Podge and a black bottle of Mod Podge and a gray bottle of Mod
Yeah.
Podge. They're just always here.
Here's one of those little balls we mentioned that just fall off the
Yeah,
styrofoam stuff and get everywhere. Whereas this insulation foam at least cuts a little cleaner.
correct.
Um,
Yeah.
but okay, so now the paint, when you mix the paint into the bottle of Mod Podge, it doesn't like dry out or
No,
anything, or
no,
it just
I've never
stays
had it. I've had it
in
for
liquid.
years in the bottle of Mod Podge, and it just works just fine.
Ah, all right, to give that a try. Um, but just for this experiment, yeah, I just figured a mixing
Yeah,
bowl would
yeah,
be
that
fine
makes sense
too.
too.
Yeah. Um, so now question, when doing painting like this, um, so obviously the paint isn't entirely covering the color of the foam yet. Is that normal, or should I
Uh,
keep layering it on until
Um, so it depends. I probably put a little more paint in my Mod Podge than you did. I
oh,
tend to
okay.
see the foam disappear. You saw it in
Hmm.
the earlier photos when that project was all black, right?
Right. Yeah, yeah.
Because I had mixed black paint, and black paint will mix the Mod Podge. It'll look a little darker.
Oh, okay.
So it's fine uh, because you can tell the Mod Podge has covered it, right?
Right. Yeah. I mean, you can
Yeah,
see there's gray s-
I think you're
stuff.
fine. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Well, all right. That is going to be our live painting example. And like I said, when these dry, because obviously nobody wants to sit around and watch paint dry, because they're, you know, unless you're like, drinking heavily and doing other stuff at the same time as we're waiting
uh,
for paint to dry.
yeah, I'm gonna have to
Uh,
run for another drink if we're doing that.
oh no, we're not. We are done with the live example here. And now I will ask you a question about cleanup. Now I know you said you use bristle brushes, but since this is acrylic paint,
Water's
I know
fine. These are both
water.
water-based products. Water's fine.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, let me. We're done with that. Whoops, I got a little paint on the
You used acrylic
stick, but
paint, right?
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah. You're fine.
I picked this up at Michael's.
Yeah,
It's just a
I
gray
thought so. I
acrylic.
basically never use enamel paints. The cleanup's harder. They don't
Yeah.
work on some types of softer plastics. They stay tacky forever. I
Oh
basically
yeah.
never use enamels.
Yeah.
Uh, a, a,
Yeah.
so
It's
acrylics in Mod Podge, it's water cleanup. The brush will clean up just fine.
all right. And even though I got some paint on my fingers and whatnot, I can just peel these gloves off, dump them in the trash because I get boxes of them from Walmart for like, 50 for like $1, $2. Um, you know, or you can just wash your hands afterwards. But since I was going to be moving back to the computer here, um, I didn't want to have paint all over my hands trying to work the
Let's talk about a
with
comment real quick. So Michael mentioned you could use a hair dryer to dry this a little quicker.
uh-huh.
Uh, be
Oh,
careful
here we
with that
go.
shit,
Yep.
especially if you try to use a, a heat gun to dry
Mm-hmm.
foam, because your heat gun will burn right through the foam. You'll melt the foam. I learned this the hard
Oh,
way.
snap.
So, yeah, you could use a hair dryer. You don't want to heat this foam too much because you can melt it.
Yeah, and I see a 3 to 5 coats comment here.
Yeah,
I guess
you could
when I
come
start
back and
painting
add a
on,
coat. That's not going to hurt anything.
yeah,
Yeah.
uh, enamels for only metallic surfaces. Yeah, not gonna be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I pretty much don't use them though. There's good acrylic metal colors too.
Oh yeah, like I think he means painting on metallic surfaces, not
Oh,
painting with
oh, I
metallic
see.
paints.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not
Um,
sure. I paint on metal surfaces.
yeah, I
It's
haven't had that situation either. Like
yeah,
usually,
plastic,
now
wood, and
here,
foam.
yeah, and here for me, it's hard to use like spray paints
Yeah.
just because there's
Oh,
like
it's a
so
humidity
much,
thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
year round.
Yeah, that
Now,
tracks.
yeah, now I do have my guest bathroom. I did put up like a tarp in the shower bathtub area. So when I need to like spray paint there, or when
Oh,
I need
you
to
made
spray
a
paint,
spray booth in a guest bathroom?
yeah.
My
Well,
wife would murder me.
I don't have a wife, so I live alone, so I can get away with that stuff. One of the benefits of being spouse free.
Sure.
Oh, okay, yeah, model cars, yeah, those are probably, yeah, I know those.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah, model cars. You're gonna want enamels there.
yeah. Oh,
Yeah, that tracks.
yeah, and yeah, pushing my headphones around gave me a little hair wonkiness going on here, but that's okay. Anyway, let me bring this back up. Oops. So, anyway, I want to thank you for being on the show because,
Oh,
hey,
is
it's almost
I didn't
time
realize
for.
my camera was off. Sorry about
Oh, that's
that.
okay. I had the remote camera up anyway, so nobody nobody saw too much. Anyway, I also want to say thank you for being here. Thank Fat Red Foo for while he was here. Thank you to our guest in the comment section that were live chatting with us. Thank you for those catching the replay. Thank you to everybody.
Yeah,
Um,
thanks for having me, Bob. We should talk more of that. It was a fun conversation in
yeah, yeah, it was
that
good.
deep red state thing. Uh, like shared misery. We should talk more.
Yeah. And this was just part one. I don't know how often these world building little tutorials will be coming up. I'll have to talk with Brian about that going forward. But while he's on his break, I decided to, experiment a little and try some new stuff. So, and yeah, the news section actually went on a little longer than I had anticipated. But like I said, when you skip a week, there's a lot of news
Yeah,
builds up.
and all it is to keep up with.
I know. There's all sorts of good 118 goodness going on. And let's see if I can get this back up here. Here we go.
All right.
Anyway, thank you for going. And everybody be sure to go check out Die Hard 3.75's stream starting in about 10 minutes. So you got time to go hit the bathroom, refresh your
Grab a
beverage,
drink.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or pop out to have a smoke or whatever. Whatever you do, that's your business. But anyway, thank you for being here. Thank you, Don, for being here. Thank you,
Yeah,
Wes,
thanks
for
for
being
having me.
here. I've
This was
said this
fun.
already, but yeah, and we're gonna call it a day. Good
Okay.
night,
Have a good night,
everybody.
everyone.
Yep, take it easy. And oops, gotta hit the button twice.